My mother was like most Scientologists because they're good people. They believe that they're saving the world. They believe they're doing something good for themselves, for their families, for the world. So, you know, being born and raised in Brooklyn, you know, my mother thought, what better thing to do than to save the world? You know, I want something more for my girls. I want them to leave their mark on the world in a positive way. And so my mother got into Scientology when I was young. My sister and I were very young. And so we learned things like communication and did courses instead of doing things that children were doing. So I can't take away some of the positive, right? Because it made me who I am today. But again, I can't discredit the things that I learned because, you know, as a young person being told you have the power, you're the cause of your life, you are not a child, you're a spiritual being, you know, I'd walk into rooms like, what's up?
Yeah.
You know,
you had a lot of confidence because of what you learned.
So it gave me a lot of confidence. I mean, it's bossing people around because thinking I'm a spiritual being. You know, I'm not my body's 9, but I'm like big. So it gave me confidence, and I can't take that away.
Right.
How helpful was Scientology in terms of getting your acting career started?
There's tools that are very, very helpful to you in your life, to you as an actor. I walked into a room where some people might feel, you know, cower in front of a casting director. I wasn't.
Now, it had to have been positive in some way for you.
Of course.
It gave you some confidence. It
Yes.
gave you a true belief in yourself and
Yes.
that you were on the right path.
Yes.
Because I had seen some interviews with you where you were talking about it when you were in it,
Yes.
and you genuinely seemed to believe that it was very beneficial to you.
Of course, there's basic morals and basic tools to help you in your life. It gave me confidence because I thought I was getting, you know, I'm looking up these big words, I'm using a dictionary, I'm like, you're doing more school than you could have ever imagined, even as, you know.
Right.
And you, I started to feel like, oh, I'm really accomplishing something. So yes, there are benefits to it. Listen, there was a lot of positive things, or people wouldn't continue to be in it. So yes, of course there are good things. Is there anything good about Scientology? Yes. The beginning courses of Scientology, they talk about communication, responsibility, being an ethical person.
Right.
You know, Scientology teaches very basic morals and concepts, but teaches you things how to do your finances, how to communicate better. But it's a small, it starts very slowly, and of course there's things that are helpful.
Okay.
It must seem like a very nice, helpful thing. I can't imagine your early time in Scientology as negative.
Of course. It's like you learn how to talk to people, look at them in the eye when you're talking to them. You do little courses on finances and how to achieve your goals. Yeah.
That's the communications course, you know, where you learn to look somebody in the eye. That's not a bad thing, right? All of us want children to grow up who can look somebody in the eye and talk to them and acknowledge them, right? We don't want to hear every 2 seconds from a teenager, right? So they have these teachings that take common sense things and put them in the form of a course. So you go, well, that was helpful. You start to feel that you're a cause of life.
Now, that's very
That's
interesting.
pretty powerful, right? To think in those terms, like, hey,
It
I
is.
could be the cause of my own life, and I could turn my own life around. You know what I mean? A lot of people who are in Scientology because they had something in their heart that wanted to help people and wanted to leave this planet a little bit better than before, and that is at the heart of everyone who gets into this. I miss it. I miss the group that I once had. It's okay to say that.